Good morning. Somebody has, okay, there we go. Good morning. I just want to say this is a new platform today, and I'm Barbara Pierce, and this is Unique and Euphony Publishing Coffee Canvas and Conversation. Today, we're going to be dedicating this time to Almost Lost in the System, and our host today will be Dr. Hilda Martin Suggs, and she's got a lot to talk about, and she needs our support. So first of all, we want her to introduce who she is and everything. For people who didn't catch this show a couple of weeks ago, we want her to reintroduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Hilda Martin Suggs. I made history January 8, 2020 for being the first mitigation investigator to ever work in a district attorney's office, for specializing in youthful offenders who are facing life sentences as adults from the ages of 13 to 17 years old. I created the Youth Mitigation Program, which is a second chance program. And also, I am the founder, the CEO, and the president of the organization Almost Lost in the System Incorporated, which the organization was created and launched July 5th, 2021, and it was created for youth boys and the young men to be afforded opportunities to live productive lives. And even though it's an all-male organization, we have helped many girls and women as well. So of course, they're invited into the organization as well. We have many girls and women members in the organization. So we do not discriminate about who comes into the organization as a member or who we service. And our mission is to provide services that will benefit the youth and the young adults affected by the criminal justice system, the behavioral health system, the mental health system, the prison system, school to prison pipeline, and also our youth development. And we assist within the communities, not just those incarcerated. And our vision is to advocate for the families who are less fortunate to receive the proper services, representation, more support, and resources to afford a second chance to live a productive life, no matter their race, their sex, your religion, your culture, your sexual orientation. We do not care about that either, because so many youth, they do date the same sex, and it's a lot of suicide being committed because they're not accepted into where they would say it's a different environment, and we're all actually living in the same environment, right? Mm-hmm. So we provide through our programming, community partnerships to obtain fair and equal opportunities, the real fair and equal opportunities. And our goal is to ensure that no more families are being lost in the system. So therefore, Almost Lost in the System Incorporated, we want the families to become educated pertaining to the many systems that I mentioned, that's affecting our communities, definitely with our babies in the communities. And this is happening on a daily basis. So it's not, okay, this day is happening, that day is happening. No, it's on a daily basis, every second, every minute, every hour, every day. So we want the families who are stuck trying to navigate these different systems that I mentioned, because it's challenging them. It's challenging them financially, mentally, physically, emotionally. So as leaders, along with our partners, we utilize our expertise to help support, mentor, educate, and equip the people incarcerated and the people in the communities. And so we actually launched in earlier September, we launched our fundraiser because, of course, we're trying to obtain our first physical home, which is located in Clayton County. So right now, the fundraiser is still out there for $2.5 million. The owners of this establishment stated that they're giving us until December to come up with the money, or at least I think it was like maybe 1% of that amount, to where they can at least take it off the market. So I'm not going to even state that so nobody else won't get it, because the pastor and the first lady of this establishment, which is currently, it's a church, a huge church, 19,000 square feet, sitting on 5 acres alone, by the way. And
Wow.
Wow.
yes, Minister Pierce, I don't know if I sent you the visual,
You
the
did.
Zoom.
You did.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
yes, you see it's pretty huge. And
Yes.
then even though it's more acres behind the facility, like additional 4.9 acres on top of the 5 acres, with the building 19,000 square feet alone sitting on that 5 acres, I asked the pastor, what do we think about if we did get this, the 19,000 square feet with the um, 5 acres? Would you be willing to sell, us more? And he was like, yes, if he could get a good price with that. So he
Hmm.
said, if we do not get this establishment, so this how I know it's for us, Almost Lost to the System Incorporated. The pastor literally stated, if we do not purchase this building by December, him and the board will take it off the market and do what they feel they need to do with it. So it's kind of odd that that's happening that way, and it haven't even been out there for like a year. I think they just put it out on the market, which is not open to the public, only to the realtors. So our organization, we have our own realtors, and that's how we found this establishment. And this is a vision of the organization and what we're seeking, pertaining to what the leaders within the organization and our partners, and for the community. And so basically, I just wanted to touch base on that, pertaining to that, because it's kind of hard with all of us leaders sharing workspace. We in this area, on this side of the town, on that side of the town. And I just want us all to be under one hub, even though most of every partner we have is an entrepreneur and a business owner themselves. And that's because that's how I actually created and wrote the entire business plan and the infrastructure of Almost Lost to the System Incorporated. So basically, everybody that I interview and bring on is an actual business owner, as a partner, or as in a director role, because of their entrepreneurship and their experiences and their expertise. So, do anyone at this moment have any questions for me pertaining to that? I do know we have, it's a private meeting though. So if you're not a leader or a partner within the organization, we're having a mandatory meeting on Sunday where I'll be updating the leaders on what our corporate attorneys with Meyer and Brown, which Black Voter Matters. They Black Voters Matter Fund was the ones that hired Meyer and Brown to actually assist us with our 501c3. So it's taking a bit of a process, is what the attorneys told me, with us obtaining that status to receive that letter from the IRS, because we do know that it was a government shutdown, right? And
Hmm.
and we're going the longer way, based on the projected budget that I prepared. We have two projected budgets, by the way, and an actual budget. Okay. So the attorneys was actually going like the shorter way. But when they compared the two projected budgets and our actual budget for the past 2 years, they realized, oh no, we can't keep moving forward with the shorter way of the 501c3. Now that we have to go the 1023 way. And so, as our business coach informed me yesterday, because every week in a meeting with our new business coach, which is Mr. John Pascal, with Urban League Greater of Atlanta, and he's awesome as well. So just like him and also the attorneys, nobody really wants to donate a large amount of money if you don't have that 501c3 status. But because everything is in the working process, I can actually tell you and honestly say that everything is being done. So anybody that donates towards Almost Lost in the System Incorporated, because we're in a process of waiting on that IRS letter, you will receive your credit for donating to our organization and definitely our upcoming Almost Lost in the System Community Center, our hub. So you will receive that credit. And then, of course, because it's going to be, but how everything work and depending on how you donate and everything, people do get their money back if something not what it is, but that's not this. So that's what I wanted to state. And if anybody have any questions for me, I'll just yield and I'll listen to the questions.
I do have a question for now you said that the money, meaning the earnest money, has to be in by December. Is there a cutoff date in December? Is it like the entire December?
I can so that question I cannot answer. So Sunday, the actual realtors will be on that call. So okay. I did send you the information. I will be sending a link and the agenda out to all of the partners and the leaders today. But I don't have the answer if it's the whole entire December or what's the time frame for that. But I promise you, Minister Pierce, that question will be answered on Sunday. Okay, I promise you. Okay. But they are asking 25,000. But none of the partners, including yourself, was in agreement with that, because what if we don't come up with the rest of the money by the time frame? Because the owner stated if we pay the 25,000 right to get it off the market in December, they will give us up to maybe 60 to 90 days to come up with the rest of the money. So what if we don't? You get what I mean? Nobody wants to lose 25,000, and we could have utilized those funds on a youth that may need a pair of shoes or some clothes, just anything,
or a lesser building,
right?
Yes.
You always go to it. You don't always have to go big. Sometimes you have to start small. So we want to be very careful. We want to be very. But
so we're in the process of that too.
Right. Gary had something to ask. I think Gary.
Yes, ma'am. I got two questions. First of all, the youths that Almost Lost in the System serves, are some of them foster kids, if you're able to answer that?
Of course, a lot of them are foster kids. A lot of the kids that are at risk and challenged and that's incarcerated in the community are adopted or foster kids or don't have a home and homeless. So that's why they join the gangs. Because the gangs take care of them, So yes, most of them are. Most are.
Okay. The reason I ask, Dr. Suggs, do you have a pen and paper handy where you're at right now? Because there's she used to be a news anchor. She's here where I live in Huntsville, Alabama, and her name is Lee Marshall. And she is the owner of Kids to Love. And I don't know if that would be something she may be interested in partnering with you. Kids to Love is the name of her organization. And the property, that the building that you were just describing is on, it sounds like her building, property land. So she may be interested in partnering with you. Lee Marshall, LeeMarshall is her name, and Kids to Love. So she may be someone that you can reach out to that may be interested in helping. Maybe a partnership.
Yes. Okay, she's in Alabama.
She's in Alabama. She's in Huntsville, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all personally know her?
Lee, I don't know her.
Gary, do you personally know her?
I've met her before, but I don't personally know her. But I'm friends with her on Facebook and Messenger, and she's a believer in Christ as well. So,
okay.
Well, I guess it wouldn't. I'm sorry, Dr.
Go ahead.
But I guess it wouldn't hurt for us to kind of like meet her, to maybe not so much get to know her, but to find out what her platform is. Because we can't just bring everybody just bring everybody in,
No, yeah, and I'm not about to do that, but yeah, because she may have membership like we do. You get it? I can't just take people members, but I get you stated partnership. I don't like to use the term conflict of interest because I feel like it's going to take all of us to help, right? So I don't want to say it's a conflict of interest either, but I guess it will be best because I normally don't just go around. I guess that's why Minister Pierce, because she pretty much know me. I don't just go around looking like for partners.
Yeah, normally there are people that you've been working with some time, so you got to know them. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just want to mention to everybody that Girls Rocking in Power GRIP is also a part of Almost Lost in the System. We are so excited. Yes.
Yes, I love those
We're gonna
girls.
have to connect with we're gonna have to connect with this. We're gonna
That's
have
right.
That's
right.
Down here in Montgomery and Tuskegee, we're gonna have to connect.
Dr. Lula, it's amazing, and they are just so precious.
I believe it.
So we already got Georgia, Alabama, and Florida.
Awesome. Listen, tell me more about your mission. I hear what you're saying. I'm very excited about it. I need to be in Georgia. I need to be where you are in Cobb County. I need to have a little branch over there so I can bring hope for families, because what you're doing is a lot of what we are doing with Hope for Families. We work with the court system, but we work with adults who have domestic violence issues, things like that. And for years we work with children who are in what you're talking about, almost lost in the system. And we're blessed to go in and kind of pull them out and help the parents understand how to parent them. See, everybody that has a child is not a parent. You know what I mean?
So guess what, Dr. Lulu, not to interrupt you, and I'm gonna let you finish. I'm so sorry. So the new book that I just wrote, I just finished it. And I'll be sending it off today for review for publishing. It's launching. It's a private launching party I will be having. So everybody isn't invited. It's private. So January 8th, 2026, the book will be launching. I talk about a lot of that in my book. I dropped a lot of gems in the book.
Good.
So great. Where I want to be able to sell the book all over the place where everybody can. It's very informational, and it's 10 chapters. It's the first edition. So yes, after this one I'll be starting the second, the third edition. It's like it's phenomenal. I don't want to say too much.
It sounds like it is.
You can finish.
Okay, no, what you're saying is wonderful. It's exciting. Once upon a time, we used to it used to be a village, Aunt Jane down the street saw you doing things you didn't have no business. She actually could say something to you. Maybe she couldn't spank you, but she could definitely say something to you about whatever behavior.
Spanked us.
Now, none of that's going on. Okay. And so our children are out there trying to, while parents are home or parents are out working, trying to make the money to care for the children. The children are out there trying to navigate on their own.
Right.
And,
I've had adults to tell me, girl, I ain't gonna say nothing to that child. That child may cuss me out. So what? That's my thing. I was driving along and saw two kids fighting. And I pulled over and said, "Stop that right now! Stop it!" They just scattered,
Yes.
The bottom line is
But you know why? Do you know why youth can become disrespectful to adults and others? I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's scientifically proven. And I know this based on my education and the credentials I've obtained many years ago in the early childhood development. So I'm starting with the brain when I'm about to state what I'm stating. A youth and especially a baby, know when you do not like them.
That's right.
They may not know exactly what you're thinking, but they can feel, they have discernment, you know.
Yes.
God give everybody discernment, and he speaks about it in the Bible how youth is innocent, and if you mistreat one, you might as well put a nuke around your neck, right? Meaning hang yourself.
That's right. Listen, guys, I need to cut. Just hold that thought right there. We need to go to our sponsors right quick, and we'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am.
We all like that, Wesley. We like that. Do we like that tune? All right. We all in the back there.
Yeah, y'all did. I seen you. I seen y'all. Dr. Bridges was getting it. She was over there.
Yeah, even had Gary, man. You had Gary.
Yeah, Gary was over there. I seen it. Yeah.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Let's get back to Dr. Hilda Martin Suggs.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
Doc,
so you kind of know when you don't like them.
Well, that's true.
Huh?
You're right. When you get through, can you talk about your mission?
So yes, ma'am. I could talk about the mission again. Yes, ma'am. So youth kind of know when you don't like them. I've never had any youth to disrespect me since I've been in the movement. Now, I've had youth within my family to do that, but it was because whoever their father and their mother is that's in my family that don't like me or however, youth know, they sit around and listen to when people gossip and talk about you. So they're going to have an idea about you already. So that's the only youth that I probably had that was disobedient or disrespectful. It was either a child of a relative, and that's it. But I've never had any hard times from any gang members inside of the prison, any gang members in the community, no youth in the prison that's not gang members or in the community. So youth definitely know when you do not like them. So you have to be mindful before you go in to mentor them, because you won't be able to get to them the moment they feel that they're not going to open up to you. And so, Dr. Lula, to get back to our mission is to provide services that will benefit the youth and young adults affected by the criminal justice system, behavioral health system, mental health system, prison system, school to prison pipeline, and the youth development. And when I state the youth development, I'm saying coming from the communities too as development. So we have executive committees, meaning when we get the building, we will have these departments that I'm about to name. We have communications, we have membership, criminal justice reform. We have a next generation lawyers committee, prison reform, youth development, next generation outreach. That one is amazing, just like the next generation lawyers committee, where, like I state, is business owners operating these committees along with myself as well, and the leaders within Almost Lost in the System Incorporated with their businesses too. So we have a behavior health and a mental health, a bondsman. I'm not going to give details of the actual plan that I wrote, that's been wrote for many years pertaining to this, but we have not activated this one at all. Now, in the past, I've helped families to get bonded out. Yes, but that was me as an individual leader. This is how I know that it's possible, right? And this is how I was able to write the programming for the Bondsman Committee. So this one cannot, just like the prison reform cannot be activated until we either obtain funding for these two committees mentioned, or we satisfy our projected budget for this committees too. And then we have police reform and crime prevention. We all know that's huge, right? And so, this go with intervention and reoffending prevention. It's when I say we don't have enough time for me to pretty much go into full details of an entire programs and structure that I've written for many years for these different committees that I just mentioned. We don't have the time. It's a lot.
That is awesome. That's
yes,
awesome.
ma'am.
I want to stop for a moment because we have some really quiet people on here. And Miss Jan, I'm surprised of you. Do you have any questions that you want to ask or talk about on this subject?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming on. This is very refreshing to me because I love the youth, and a lot of times I don't know what to do to help them, the ones that do come to me. But I'm just appreciative that you are all on discussing this and the programs that are available to our youth. Because I was thinking about a program that I think my nephew told me about. He's an attorney, and he was talking about the one they have in Arizona called the diversion program. And I guess have you all heard of that before?
Yes, diversion programs is different than the youth mitigation.
Oh, okay.
Program.
Okay.
So
Well,
everybody, to me, the question is asked, what is a real second chance? So the
right.
diversion programs, they don't even help the serious violent crimes that our
Right.
organization help.
I
So
see.
most of the diversion programs is for drug cases sometimes, or
Domestic
whoever
violence.
the prosecutors choose to help. I'm just being honest with you. They're not helping the armed robbery, the murder, the rape, the
I see.
aggravated child molestation, the real serious cases. They're not going deep into the backgrounds of these youth to see why they committed these crimes or why they didn't say nothing when they seen somebody doing it. I mean, you have to think about the whole development. So diversion is totally different than what the programming that we're talking right now. And diversion is considered second chance, but who are you really helping? Because the ones that's getting sent to prison for life are the ones that's facing that them 100 years, the 75 years, the 25 years. And we talking about not even just 13-year-olds. We talking about 10, 11, 12. They're going younger, Miss Jan. They're going younger. And it's different. So diversion is different. I haven't heard of a diversion program that's helping the youthful offenders that I've helped and that I'm helping and that I will continue to help, and also my organization.
Okay, I have one other question, if I may.
Yes, and then we'll go to Gary. Okay.
Okay, just one other question. So, how many? I mean, do you have numbers to tell us, or so we can kind of really understand what the rate is for our youth? Because it seems so large.
It's a lot, and now you're going into our budgeting and everything far as pertaining to that. That's something I discuss with potential, no offense, potential donors, other leaders and partners. And that's just that. But we do have where I just shared on social media about what we're projecting and how many youth that we do want to help to obtain a second chance or to see if they can get an opportunity where some youth was forced into plea deals. I just had a case that just happened like that because the defense attorney, he refused to work with me and he didn't want to go into the background of a mitigation to mitigate the case to deviate from the mandatory 10. And so that youth ended up with that 10 years to the door. So the type of work we do, we're trying to get you up under that. You see what I'm saying? So they have to uphold the law. So it's a lot. And look, even recently with my meeting with the mayor of Atlanta office, before, because I just recently partnered with them as a leader. And so in 2026, I'll be assistant Mayor Andre Dickens in his department for the crime prevention and to bring down all of the crimes throughout the entire Atlanta.
All right.
Thank you.
So they have a bit of my programming. I shared it with them, with his administration during the meeting and everything. And so I'm excited to be working with them as a partnership to assist them with continuing bringing, because he's been doing a great job, by the way, Mayor Andre Dickens, because Atlanta is something serious. So it's not just happening inside of the prisons and the jails here, but we're trying to tackle it in the communities, and Atlanta is one of the communities. So I'll be assisting their violence department.
Okay. All right. Oh, let's go to Gary right now. We don't want to.
No, don't want to miss Gary.
We don't want to miss Gary.
Over the past, I've had two friends who have been in and out of jail. I no longer associate with them, though, but I've got a question. Do you think it's the church's responsibility to help get these youths on the right path, so to speak? And also, when I was growing up, I remember at-risk youth used to be involved in midnight basketball at the local YMCA. Would you talk a little bit about that too? Do you think midnight basketball helps too sometimes?
Okay, so we have that here in Atlanta. And so Almost Lost in the System Incorporated just partnered with the mayor's office on that too. So we partner with them multiple ways. I partner with them as an individual leader, and I partnered my organization with their department for the midnight basketball. And also for our next generation outreach committee, we have Director Johan Martin, who is the founder and the director of World Team Smash, AAU travel team that's sponsored by Nike and many other sponsors for many years. So he's one of the top partners within our organization too. So we've helped many of his youth that's in his organization, helping them now, and we'll continue to help them. So we've been doing that. We're also taking applications and inquiries now for any youth who would like to play for an AAU team. Not just any AAU team. You can pretty much look them up. It's a good AAU team. So with that being said, yes, they're doing that in Atlanta. They're doing that in Cobb County. It's been done in Gwinnett County, because that's where Director Johan Martin actually launched it, in the Gwinnett County area. So it's been done.
Yeah, and Gary, I'm glad that you said that, because Columbus, Georgia used to have a midnight basketball. But let me tell you, sometimes, like we talked about, we can't let everybody be partners with us. Well, the person, not mentioning any names, actually got in there and messed it up financially. You see what I'm saying? And those boys, they were really having a great time, and we were keeping them off the streets and, all that kind of stuff. And then you get one person, I always call it the devil, right? You get one person to come in there and mess up the whole thing, and they messed it up financially, and then they had to discontinue that. So I'm glad to hear that some places are still doing that, because it's
and the piggyback minister. To piggyback what you just stated and what he stated, guess what else we do? So we have plenty. Listen, plenty. We talking about over 200 gang members, from Bloods to Crips to Gangster Disciples to Black P Stones to Vice Lords. and we have them playing together with this AAU team. Instead of having them arrested, and in exchange, we even take their guns. We help them with resume build. I mean, I could keep going. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not just playing basketball. We let them know, okay, you want to be NBA or you want to go to NFL. We train them. We have an obesity program, so we're helping youth lose weight. And
that is totally awesome.
It's a lot that I don't discuss. But if anybody has questions or need proof, which is receipts, I'm big on evidence.
Right. Gary, you have something else? Gary, you had something else I'm sorry, Gary, you had something else?
That is amazing. And as Miss Canada said, I just want to thank you for coming on today as well. Everybody needs to know this. It's crucial. Thank you.
And that's how we would do at the community center. Say a youth come, they feel like they need to bring their weapon. First of all, what you doing with a weapon? So instead of calling law enforcement on them, which law enforcement will be in there as part of the community, not in there ready to arrest people. That's not what this is about. It's about change, a huge social change. We take the guns from the youth.
That's great.
Okay, that's great. Before we go to another ad break, I just want to ask. We have a very young person on here that's very mature, and that would be Mr. Wesley, and he's been very quiet, and I'm sure he's taking all this in and everything because he have a wealth of experience around him today. And Mr. Wesley, you have anything you want to say?
I have no questions.
No questions or anything?
Nope.
No, I'm surprised. You quiet.
I need to mess with him. Mr. Wesley, are you brooding?
Am I who?
Are you brooding? You know, are you? Oh, you don't brood. Okay.
No, no, I don't have any questions. I just like hearing the work she's doing, and I'm just taking some notes. You know, I got 3 businesses myself, very young.
Wow.
So I do like the things that you're doing. And
Thank you, young man. Thank you.
And I'm a media guy, so that's what my focus is on. But I do like helping the youth out. You know, I'm in the church. I work in the youth department in the church and all of that. So I like doing the things you're doing for the youth.
Right.
Thank you. And I'm proud of you as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so we have a media department too. We have a couple. I have a public relations director, and we also have a filming director. So we work with an actual business owner who does all of our filming with any acting, any production, and anything that you could think of pertaining modeling, all of that. So that falls right up under the Next Generation Outreach Committee too. So like I said, it's a lot. And then Minister Pierce followed her company with the Girls Rockin' the Power Tour falls up under the Next Generation Outreach Committee too. So, and then how we do it, we don't ask for none of the business owners' business plans, none of that. We have a discussion, we watch and see and research, and we know that they're doing that and the numbers match. So you know how some people say, oh, give me your business plan. You don't just ask somebody, give me your business plans because of a partnership. That's not how that go. Unless you're a business coach, unless you're trying to be the one to be the actual funder of that organization. And so we just trust that our partners will continue to do the work with us and be transparent and integrity about everything that they do and did.
Well, that's awesome. Dr. Bridges, hold that for a minute. We're going to come back to you. Let's go to our sponsors, our last sponsors, I think, and then we're going to come back to Dr. Bridges. right, all right. So I know that most of the business on here, and I discussed with you guys that have your own businesses and are very productive, because just saying that you have a business is one thing, but being productive is what is important. And so I want to go to Dr. Bridges now because she was getting ready to speak.
Yeah, I was going to just volunteer an hour, at least an hour of my time for this wonderful cause, because a lot of children have anger and they need to be able to talk about it. So I would definitely like to get them on Zoom and work with them. That just fascinates me.
I have a whole curriculum for them, so I'm ready. I wrote a whole curriculum.
And I also have a curriculum for marijuana. So a lot of kids indulge in that, and of course that screws their brain. And so, I definitely would love to volunteer.
So that's written in my program too. That's how I'm able to assist youth with second chances. And a lot of good attorneys, if they are great defense attorneys, they will present that because it does alternate. And that's why I don't indulge. No offense to anybody who indulge in marijuana, but that's not my cup of tea. That's never been my cup of tea. Even when I'm in a relationship or married to a man, I don't want to, my partner, you cannot smoke at all and be with me. Right. You cannot be an alcoholic and be with me. Right. Yeah, so that's just so when we did DARE in 5th grade, so I was like a representative with DARE. So I'm against drugs. I'm gonna be honest. It's destroying our community.
It is.
I agree.
So I've never second chanced a drug case, and I don't specialize in those. I don't work those kind of cases for many reasons. But I've helped people who have been a victim to drugs and been on drugs. If you're in a drug crime and you need some defense or something, I could resource you to somebody, but almost lost in the system incorporated don't work those type of cases.
Okay. Well, I will say that
selling drugs.
Most of the kids who are doing marijuana, they are victims because they've been told that marijuana is not going to hurt you. Don't listen to the hype, that kind of thing. They are victims. And
yes, ma'am.
Sometimes it's if they have the right, people can actually sit down and hold that conversation. There's something behind that need for the marijuana. And like you were saying about your cases where, you look at the broader picture. You don't just look at the fact this person committed this crime. Well, when we're looking at drugs and alcohol, we look at the broader picture. What led you to feel like you need to use this?
That's right. We do too. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So I see youth, not adults, but youth as victims.
Babies.
Yeah. Yes. When they're doing that, they're doing it because they think it's going to solve some problem. And of course it's not.
It's not.
Right.
Listen, can I take a minute?
So you're gonna love my book.
Okay. Yeah, and a Unique Euphony is doing that book. Okay. That is awesome. Listen,
yes.
Yeah,
well,
I just want to
doing all of my books.
There you go. I just want to say for a minute, so while we just have a few more minutes, is Wesley, can you show us the flyer of Echoes and Flame for next week? Can you show that to
Minister Pierce?
Yes.
Minister Pierce, before he do that, so I won't forget, I just want to say one thing to Dr. Lula real quick. I'm sorry, Mr. Wesley. So Dr. Lula, to piggyback what you just stated, in my chapter 10, it states justice will be served 3 ways, and I'll go into detail why. I look at the big picture.
Right.
Okay, Wesley. Okay, so I just want to say this so I won't forget, is that how we were talking about earlier about all this tying in together. Well, next week we'll be doing Echo and Flame, and Dr. Lula Bridges would be the host of that. I'm her co-host, and we'll be talking a little bit about all this stuff. So it all connects together. We'll be definitely talking about parental involvement, school to prison pipeline. We'll be talking about all her
I'll
counseling.
be on this one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that we want you on that because we are all collaborating together. But I just wanted to make sure that we speak about this a little bit more. Dr. Bridges, do you want to add something to this right quick before we go back to
the goal of Echoes in Flame is to make sure that our families understand how to love each other.
Right.
We get into that thing of just because I'm kin to you and I live in the same house, that means that, I understand you, I know you. That's not always true. But to be able to learn to listen to each other, to react when necessary and not overreact, not overthink it, as a lot of people are saying these days, not overthinking what is going on, but to realize the one thing that people always say, that there's no what they say, there is no book that tells you how to raise your family or how to care for your family. Well, the Bible does.
That's
the
right.
Bible is specific
Yes, amen.
to give you some specifics on how you can raise, how to raise, and how to care for your family. And so we're going to get into that and how to listen to your children. See, just because they're young don't mean that they can't educate you. They can.
We think alike because that's in my book. That's
okay. So
Well,
that's what we're going to be talking about. How to listen to your young.
That's right. And thank you so much. So we are so excited about being on this next week and having Dr. Hilda to come back to join us.
I don't have to come back. I have to hear Dr. Lula now.
All right. Gary has
it's
something
going to be fun.
Gary has something to say. Go ahead, Gary.
I just want to agree with everybody on here. Collaboration is the key. So thank you, everybody, for allowing me to be a part of this and collaborate with this. And I believe that families need to get back to the Bible, in the church, and that helps a lot.
That's right.
I was a brat, and I have a lot of families that have influenced me, church families that have influenced me, and I've only Jesus is perfect, but we strive for perfection, and we all have to collaborate because our youth they're the next generation, they're our leaders. So we have to collaborate together and support them, and just to make sure that they make good decisions and be influences for them, be lights for them.
That's right.
That's right. So right now, guys, and we know we have a whole lot more that we want to hear from Dr. Hilda, but we don't want her to tell everything today because she has this segment.
I'm not going to tell everything.
Single month. Every month she'll be coming on talking about our progress that we're making in the building or building. Yes, so we'll be doing that every single week. But right now, I think we have Mr. Wesley is going to do open mic right now.
Oh, okay.
Are we ready, Mr. Wesley? I think he's looking for his material.
Yes, I'm actually trying to find the one I was going to read because I'm going to read it again. It's in my new book coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yes. Wesley has a second book that's coming out. Isn't that awesome?
All these authors.
Yes.
Wesley, amazing.
I have two coming. I actually have two manuscripts coming to you this evening.
All right.
Oh, wow.
This is my first book right here. Well, you can't see it. I got my background on, but I was opening that up. But the one I want to read is in the new book.
Okay.
Which I didn't put. Okay, I know where it said. It's in my email. It's not even in the book.
That's okay.
Oh my goodness.
So Miss Lula, we usually have our new Maya Angelou. She does a lot,
Yeah, we're giving her a break.
Yeah, we're giving her a break today.
Well, thank you all for that compliment. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah, she is great now. I've had her places and asked her to respond on the spot, and she's been able to do it.
Yeah, we do it often. She'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to read today."
Well, thank you all. I appreciate that. I hope I live up to Maya because she's one of the greats.
That's right. That's right.
You
ready?
I'm ready now. I'm ready.
Okay.
I found the poem, and it's gonna be in my new book. I just gotta add it. This is called Water and Wine, and I've read it to Gary and the others a few weeks ago on an episode. So this is called Water and Wine. I know a man, they say, he turned water into wine. But when I look at the water, maybe it was already wine. The pureness of the liquids have a story to tell. What does it say about you? It says, you know what the water is, but not necessarily the wine. It says you know the wine, but not the water. It says you need to choose the pureness, they say, but that's all an illusion because, believe it or not, the water and the wine are one and the same. That is water and wine.
Okay. Thank you for that.
That was a little heavy. We'll talk about that later.
Something to think about.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Right on
okay.
target.
All
That
right.
was
So
phenomenal.
now, guys, we have about 9 minutes left. And of course, we're going to go into our announcements and then we're going to close us out until next week. Oh my God. I can't wait for the weeks to come and what we're going to be doing.
Yes, so let's go through our announcements. Of course, as just announced a while ago, next Saturday will begin our fourth Saturdays, where we have parental involvement every fourth Saturday with our host, Dr. Lula Bridges, who is on here. She did a phenomenal job today being a co-host. So join us for that next week to see what her presentation is all about. And of course, Dr. Hilda returning as well, which we also want to say she'll be on third Saturdays going forward as well. That's another announcement we'll do almost lost in the system.
All right.
Of course, our magazine is coming out with Gary and Miss Pastor Barbara Pierce leading that. We can't wait to get that out. NCCA Ministry. So more information on there to be coming out soon. And of course, join us tomorrow as we resume NCCA Journey to Jesus with the rebrand
Yes.
at 2 p.m. in Zoom or 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom as well. So join us for that tomorrow for the Journey to Jesus.
Okay.
And sticking with ministry stuff, we are getting ready for our youth conference next month. 3-day youth conference. We're going to let God have his way. I've been working on that all week long, hosted by, of course, myself. And we have Unique Euphony as the sponsor. We're getting ready for that next month for the December the 18th through the 20th. So right in time for Christmas break. So the young people can come in and we're going to have a good time in the Lord and let them have his way. And sticking with ministry, we're getting ready for February. We had Miss Pierce there in September, and it's going to be part 2 of Warfare in February. Oh, we. Just like with December, we're going to let God move, and we're going to let him have his way with the young people. And last but not least, our Janet tour is coming up in March 2026 for the Unique Euphony anniversary. It will be in Florida, Georgia, and Texas. We're talking about getting a guest musician, and it's just going to be really big. Merchandise, fashion show, and then in Georgia, or dinner at my Bella's. It's just going to be amazing. So
yes, I'm excited.
So those are our announcements, everybody, that we have.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wesley. You did that so well. Very good. I didn't have to say a word, man. I like that.
No.
And
Congratulations, Mr. Wesley.
And next week's, again, as mentioned before, with the ad, the banner. Next week's episode is with Dr. Lula Bridges, parental involvement for next week.
Okay, and I just want to take this a minute now to close us out and just say thank you so much, guys, for being on. This is awesome.
Thank you.
I definitely want to thank Dr. Hilda Martin Suggs. We have been friends for so long. We have done so much together, and I just want to thank you so much for being on, even though you just barely made it because you got everything.
I love you.
But we love you too. And I want to thank Dr. Bridges for being on. We've been talking a lot about about some of the episodes that are going to be coming up, and she is awesome. And we want to talk
Yes.
about her book. She also has a book out also, so we want to talk a little bit about that next week. Okay. Also,
I'm excited. I'm definitely going to be on.
right. I started to say Dr. Jan. Jan, you've been on here so long now. We gave you a PhD.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
but
Look, Minister Pierce, I call you doctor all the time, even when I'm not talking to you. And I tell my husband, I said, she about to be a doctor. Because I keep calling her Dr. Pierce.
A lot of people do. Anyway, Miss Canada has a book out also. My Little African Violet. What is the name of it?
Mama's Little African Violet.
Mama's Little African Violet. I don't know.
Yes.
I do so many books. You gotta understand. I do so many books that I get the titles all confused and everything. But that's a blessing, right? And we want
It is.
Nice one.
Gary. Oh my God, Gary, you have been instrumental to our business, to our organization, to our association, or whatever you want to call it, is helping us get these guests in and helping us with the journalism and everything that you do. We want to thank you so much. And we definitely want to thank our little young Wesley Alexander Angel Star.
Yeah, 20 ain't that young now. It's younger than y'all, but it ain't that young.
Oh, Wesley.
You're younger than my granddaughter.
But she's only 22. That's my cousin.
She's my baby.
Wait a minute, Wesley's younger than 22?
Yeah, I'm only 20.
Oh, wow.
He's got an old soul. He's got an old soul.
Baby.
He's a baby. Don't tell him that though, but he's a baby. in fact, my grandbaby will be 23 the day after Thanksgiving. So yeah, he's still my baby.
And my oldest will be 25, and my middle son will be 22, and then my youngest will be 17 next year.
And they're still babies. That's
why I just called me a baby.
That's right. So when I told my daughter, my daughter's 46, right? And she said, I'm not no baby no more. I said, you're gonna be a baby until you're 99.
Wait, so how you view me? Because your daughter older than me.
Baby.
No. I'm a full grown woman.
I'm gonna tell a story if that's okay before we close. It's a really cool story, if that's all right. My best friend, his cousin found out that she was pregnant on her 40th birthday, and a lot of people prayed, and her baby turned out to be a very healthy baby. So God answers prayer.
That's it. Yeah, I was just reading about Queen Latifah the other day. You know, she had her son now, and she was like in her 40s. You know, so I mean, Halle Berry, she was like in her 40s. A lot of them that's in their 40s now having children. I don't know about me.
My husband, we're planning twins, so I'm working on some babies now.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, Miss Pierce,
we're praying for you,
Miss Pierce, to wrap it up, to support Almost Lost in the System. That's your website.
There you go.
Yes, that's Dr. Hilda's organization's website, and she'll be on every third Saturday of the month. And then, of course, she did her 5 ways to give when she was here last month. So I still had that in here. And then her book is
6 ways now. I'm sorry, Mr. Wesley. It's 6 now, so we on GoFundMe now.
Okay, I'll add that in there.
Let's get that money in, guys. I mean, we got to start off with ourselves. You know what? I'm gonna say this really quick
for y'all. I'm really trying to get it together for y'all. Like
Dr. Suggs, I don't want to cut you off because we only have a minute, but I just want to say this because I remember when I was on the school board and we had a guy. He was Jewish. He's gone now, but he used to say that, "How could I help you if you don't help yourself?" So we have to help ourselves. So we got to start giving ourselves. I'm just a little concerned about don't give our money away until we are absolutely sure we're going to get that building. Because if we don't get that building and we raise enough money, we can get another building.
And
that's right. I wouldn't do that.
Perry and all those people right there in Atlanta. You know, I mean, look, and you are in the Attorney General's office. You can make a phone call. Okay. So you need to make sure Tyler Perry is ready to buy that building for you.
That's right.
I can just giggle.
So
'Cause
yeah,
you
I
make it
just been
seem
getting
so easy.
everything together. I haven't sent the letter of intent to those type of people because I've been advised by the professionals that I need to have the 501c3 under intact
That's right.
first.
That's right.
You
Because they're
get
not
it?
going to donate any
So
money unless you.
it's
Mhm.
all in the making.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
thought
the
the
law,
IRS says
We
as
got
long as you've
to.
applied for it, as long as you have applied for it, and within a certain number of days, then that's fine. I mean,
I just
I
had a new
saw some
partner
letters
that I brought on for the fundraising side, and she amazing. She from Florida though, so it's like I had to go outside of Georgia, which is sad to me. So we just partnered with her and her soon-to-be husband. So
okay.
it's coming together. She'll be on the meeting Sunday.
Okay.
okay.
Well, weeks to come, we'll hear more and more about it. But again, I'm going to
Yes.
say this again:
Thank
is
you,
that
Dr.
us,
Lula.
we can start donating and getting up money among ourselves while we are working on the 501c and all that other stuff.
right,
Okay.
right,
Yes,
right.
Right.
ma'am.
Okay, guys, I just want to say goodbye. Have a great evening. Everybody pray for each other and
Shalom.
Yeah.
for yourselves. Okay. And we will see you next
Yes.
Saturday. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
See y'all
everybody.
next
Bye.
Saturday. Bye.